We have a Wu-Tang project that had dropped a couple weeks back that flew completely under the radar. So unless you're a hardcore Wu head, you might not even be aware that it dropped. What is good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Maf. If you are rocking with this content, go ahead and smash that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't. But today, I'm going to be hitting y'all with my thoughts on this one from Masta Killa entitled Balance. So the High Chief Jamel Arif, aka Noodles, once again takes the stage. Now, Masta Killa, the 9th member of the clan, is one of the more unsung and least talked about members who has always stayed down, always remained consistent. But the thing about Masta Killa is he has this knack for putting out very solid solo project. This is Masta Killa's first solo drop since his 2017 release. This project does follow the Mathematics album, which was also super slept on. I feel not enough people talked about how dope that project was, as that was probably the best Wu-Tang album we've heard in a long time, even though some could say it was a compilation. But getting right into Balance, it contains just 10 tracks, clocking in at around the 31-minute mark. You have production from the likes of Easy Mo B, Nick Price, The RZA, PF Cotton, and DJ FX. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with that track-by-track breakdown. The opener, Hip Hop Forever. It finds Masta Killa recollecting when he first fell in love with hip hop. That Park Jam era, he really paints a vivid visual here. It's pretty cinematic of the early days of hip hop, and this has a crunchy boom bap instrumental that does remind me of something that KRS-One would have had on, let's say, his 1995 album. In fact, you do get some KRS-One vocal samples here. So the beat, it just personifies that mid-90s aesthetic, and Masta Killa shouts out some prominent people and some of the lesser-known greats in the genre. So dope opener. And then we have Eagle Claw with Raekwon and Capadonna. Now this is a banger, and it's set to a break beat that's mixed in with the Kung Fu samples. It is really a signature Masta Killa type of track. Everyone's going in here. Capadonna bodied it, and Raekwon did his thing. Honestly, can't wait for the upcoming project on Mass Appeal. Also, Supreme Clientele didn't drop. Now, I'm not too shocked as there was no rollout for that. But yeah, what is going on with Supreme Clientele too? But yeah, you can't go wrong with Eagle Claw. And then there's BK Harlem featuring Head ICE. Now, this contains the same sample Pace One had on I Declare War. There have been many others who have used that same sample. But this is a slowed down, kind of murkier version of those. But yeah, this one's solid. Masta Killa is showing that BK to Harlem unity, even though he's repping BK to the fullest. Then there is one of my favorites, Building with the Abbott, featuring RZA, obviously. They're getting a little philosophical, hitting us with some 5%er wisdom over this vintage RZA instrumental. I mean, it's kind of everything fans probably would have wanted from the RZA. It's not an up-tempo banger, but it's that dusty soul vintage production inspired from that Stax Records / Motown era. Things do trail off a bit for Track 5 City, but this is a love letter to his borough of BK. But there is a slight auto-tune hook from Jamal Ray that I wasn't necessarily in love with. It's not a bad track or a bad beat, but it is a clear change up in sound from the first 4 tracks, which had more of that traditional Wu aesthetic. But this one is a little more modern, a little wavier, a little more trenches like. I'm not mad at the song overall, but I am just pointing out it was a bit of a detour sonically. Maybe that's what he meant by the title of Balance. I don't really know. But then there's the Jolly, Glad to Meet You, and this is a fun, silly track where you do have the harmonizing slow flow from Masta Killa, a witty verse from Meth, and Snoop actually came correct on his feature. Now, the instrumental does sound a bit lo-fi, but it's upbeat and peppy with that horn presence, so I don't mind. Glad to Meet You. Then there's It's Been a Long Time, which does have more of a contemporary instrumental. It's strumming, it's slower, it's chill, and Masta Killa is in reflective mode. Honestly, He was kind of getting into his Rakim bag flow-wise. Maybe it's also the title of the track, but I'm not really mad at this, although it's more of a subtle record. But then there's the High Point Trumpets, produced by Easy Mo B, and this has a plush mafioso backdrop. It's still gritty though. Feels like something straight out of '98. I mean, all we needed was a Cormega feature, but this does have some names: Nori, AZ, and Uncle Murder, all doing some old school New York talk. It's something for the mafia bosses at the meeting strictly, but yeah, this is one of the stronger songs, no doubt. The second to last track, King Custom, produced by PF Cuttin, feels more like an interlude, but the production is stripped back and has this soundboy reggae edge to it. The beat overall serviceable. Then the album closes out with Again featuring Big Bub, who we haven't heard from in a while, I feel, and Ab Money. So you do get some harmonizing and crooning over this bright gospel-like beat. This does remind me of a track that could have been featured on a Mobilarity if you get the vibes. Big Bub was doing the dramatic singing. I didn't necessarily love it, but I didn't hate it either. So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of a 3.5 to a strong 3.5 mics. Overall, I feel it was a very, very solid release. The first 4 songs were great in my opinion. Then it dips a bit, picks back up, and dips again. Well, not really dips, but it has a decent finish. At the end of the day, though, it does showcase, once again, Masta Killa's knack for crafting these very solid solo albums that you could count on. I mean, hardcore fans should enjoy this. It's really a decent comeback album that no one's really talking about, and they likely should. My favorite tracks include Hip Hop Forever, Eagle Claw, Building with the Abbey, Glad to Meet You, It's Been a Long Time, and Trumpets. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Maf. I'm signing out, but as always, it's peace and blessings. Masta Killa, balance, one.